Hey folks, today is Friday, August 8th, 2025. As usual, my name is Jake Baldito, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. The first story involves Grand Theft Auto 6, because a lot of people, ourselves included on this channel, have been really debating the price. With rising game prices, there's been so much speculation. Is GTA going to cost $80 US? Is it going to cost $100? We've seen all types of rumors flying around, and now we've got a little bit of something, some acknowledgement from Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two. So during an earnings call, the big head of the company, Strauss Zelnick, did go on the record, not quite committing to a price, but here's what he said. Our goal always is to deliver more value than what we charge. So we've had variable pricing at the company forever. As you know, the approach of the industry is to launch at a premium price, sometimes with special editions, and over time, typically to reduce the price to enhance the overall size of the market. We do the very same thing. I think probably more than most, we're highly focused on making sure that the experience is great, not just because the game itself is great, but also because consumers have paid a fair price for it. Okay, dude, what did all that mean? Sorry, to me, it sounds very much like a non-committal answer, but it also sounds, at least reading the tea leaves here, that they're leaning towards it being more priced like a normal game. And I only say that because of like other things floating around with them recently, with the variable pricing, right? Mafia, the old country, being charged like only something like $50 US. So like it can happen. A lot of people just think that with Rockstar games and the long development time of GTA 6, some people think this game is going to have an astronomical price. But also, I think if anybody can shoulder and probably benefit from a normal price and not be desperate for a massive price hike, it would be these guys. Because I think ultimately, whether it's, $70 or $100, they're going to make a shit ton of money either way. So maybe they're looking at like, why push it? That being said, I never trust the corporations. I always just assume that they're going to take the more money option always. But for now, that's what we got, at least some acknowledgement, and at least at the very least, that's a lot of leasts. But like I'm saying, we have a release date, May 26th, so there's that. But as of right now, we're just gonna have to wait and see if that release date holds and what the hell the game is actually going to cost. Now in some other news, a big game was canceled. A game that a lot of people forgot about, but this is Contraband. Bloomberg and Jason Schreier have reported that Xbox is canceling Contraband. This was a game announced 4 years ago, and it was a kind of multiplayer cooperative heist game set in the 70s in like a jungle. The initial reveal trailer kind of gave me like a 70s ragtag, almost Indiana Jones National Treasure vibe, and that could have been potentially cool, but ultimately it completely disappeared from my brain. I think I just didn't need another co-op PvP, PvE, heisting type live service thing. So when this delay rumor cropped up from Bloomberg and then was kind of confirmed, I don't think anybody was like, no, I needed that game. But what I will say is that it is from Avalanche Studios. A lot of studios were called Avalanche, but this is the one specifically, the guys behind stuff like Just Cause. So it could have been cool. And honestly, it could still exist. So here's the official statement from the other side. This is from Avalanche specifically, who is not owned by Microsoft. They said, and I quote, "Over the past several years, Avalanche Studios Group and Xbox Game Studios Publishing have collaborated on Contraband. Active development has now stopped while we evaluate the project's future." So I look at that as maybe Microsoft and Xbox have pulled out of a lot of things lately. Maybe this game could still exist. Maybe Avalanche will find a different publisher. Who knows? That's me just completely spitballing, but for now, that's the current state of things. Hey, look, I joke, but like maybe you were one of the people that were looking forward to this. Maybe you were excited. If you were, let me know what you think. Hey, now next up, in this busy world, it can be hard to keep track of your finances sometimes, right? Good things, bad things happening, money out, money in, also a bunch of subscriptions that you probably have lost track of by now. Look, we all care about the big subscriptions, but every once in a while, you ever subscribe to something that's like $1 or $2, and then you completely forget about it, then you look and you see you were charged for it, and you totally forgot that you said you were gonna cancel? Well, that's where our sponsor, Rocket Money, can help out. It's an all-in-one finance platform that helps you save more and spend less. Matter of fact, I've actually been using Rocket Money for like 2 years now, before it was a sponsor. One of my favorite things about it is that like once you set it up, you can view everything you're subscribed to at a glance. And then when you're there, you can actually go in, select it, and have Rocket Money cancel that subscription for you. So you don't have to talk to anybody on the phone. That's great for me. Just a few taps and it's a lifesaver. And there's so much more you can do with Rocket Money. You can monitor your credit and you can set custom budgets. That way you get all the details. You can have notifications set so you don't go above your spending limits. It's great and it's really helped me personally, just keeping me in check. So you should definitely check it out. If you want to, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today by clicking the link in the description down below or heading to rocketmoney.com/gameranx. There you can get started for free and unlock even more features with premium. So once again, that is rocketmoney.com/gameranx. Check that out. And big thanks to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. And of course, if you want to read up on any of this stuff, all of it is linked in the description down below, including a report suggesting that Starfield is coming to PS5, but not in 2025. This rumor suggests that it is apparently going to be a thing, and Starfield is coming to PS5 in 2026. So if you were someone holding out, looking for Bethesda's next thing, seems like you're going to be still waiting a while. Also, in some other news, Bioshock 4 was actually in headlines. Again, another report from Bloomberg, Jason Schreier. Like, there's only a few people in the game industry world that are able to do actual reporting and get scoops and stuff like that. And apparently, the sources are saying that the new Bioshock game being developed by Cloud Chamber has undergone some issues. Apparently, according to like a recent evaluation, it failed to give confidence in the rest of the company. And apparently they're going back to the drawing board and overhauling a lot of things, most notably the story, which for a lot of players, that's a red flag because Bioshock games are really all about like that world building and story and stuff like that, those big ideas. So for that not to be hitting this far along in development, yikes. But also, at the very least, the company is smart enough to recognize this and try to rectify it. Who knows? But this is another Take-Two property, of course, and we got Strauss Zelnick again, head of Take-Two, saying more corporate speak. He spoke to IGN and essentially reassured them that Bioshock 4 is coming out. It is still going to be a thing. And unlike the pricing thing with GTA 6, he was pretty direct here. He said, and I quote, "It's going to come out. That I can say, hand on heart, without question." Okay, sure, Jen. Let's see how it goes. I think we're going to make a whole separate side video about this on my channel. I want Bioshock to succeed. I want more Bioshock. I am, cautiously optimistic because Ken Levine isn't at the helm, but I think that those concepts, people can take Bioshock and run with it. But, it's been so long, and it seems like they're really struggling to get that going. I'm hopeful, but we still just gotta wait and see. Next up, in case you missed it, last week we talked about Sony going after Tencent for hosting this game that essentially looked like a complete ripoff of Horizon Zero Dawn. Of course, we talked about this a little bit more in depth then, but essentially Tencent is working on this game. There's a listing and a store page, and a lot of gamers made fun of it for quite some time because it straight up looks like Horizon, down to the art, the style, everything. And Sony, again, took Tencent to court for this, citing specific, glaringly obvious comparisons. And it seems like in response, Tencent has publicly kind of toned down or scaled back some of the Horizon-like elements. A lot of people caught that game, Light of Motoram. They had actually changed up their store page. They've changed the game's description. They've changed logos, key art, screenshots, and everything to make it look a little less Horizon-like. It's funny to see a direct acknowledgement of that lawsuit come so quickly and swiftly. I don't know how this is going to go. Is this still going to go to court? Where things going to go? I don't know, but I just thought it was kind of funny and interesting to point out. Also, right now, QuakeCon is going on down in Texas. I've always wanted to go. I really should go one of these days. It looks like a ton of fun. But we did get a cool announcement. Not only an update for Doom, the Dark Ages, a little extra arena mode, but also check this out. This just dropped. You can get it now. It's Heretic Hexen as a package, remastered, redone, with a bunch of extra support and community things in it, high frame rate, glorious new restored music by Andrew Hushholt, the guy who essentially has these types of 90s PC first-person shooter game soundtracks on lock. This is perfect. I can't wait to try this. Look, it could be a disaster. I haven't downloaded it yet, but this just seems like a great collection. Heretic and Hexen, for those of you that don't know, were kind of the Doom spin-off games that helped kind of expand that whole little first-person shooter genre that, Doom kind of really kicked off. Obviously, it started with Wolf, but then there was so much craze around Doom, and then it was like Heretic Hexen and all that stuff. So I think this is good for people to experience. These games are legitimately fun. I had pirated versions of them that I just stumbled upon on a computer that I had back in the day, and the rest was history. Next up, some cool little things and trailers and stuff maybe you want to check out. The first is new gameplay coming from Evo for that new Virtua Fighter project. Here's a bunch of new gameplay. Once again, it's still kind of like in the early phase. It looks like they're just showing us some like work in progress prototype type stuff. But here, I mean, it looks awesome. Again, I am like a fighting game casual, but just from what I see here, the animations, the way attacks are kind of chained together, how it looks, how the blocking goes down. Like, if this is real gameplay, this is very impressive. To a hardcore fighting game fan, like, in terms of like iframes and shit going on there, like, I don't know, but just as a casual, this looks pretty sweet. Also, check out, we got another trailer for one of my most anticipated games. This is Terminator 2D No Fate. This is Terminator 2 in a glorious 2D action game, spirit, like taking from a bunch of different genres. I just can't wait to check this out. Also, if you were curious about Capcom's pragmata, I'm always going to say both ways, my weird accent. This is 7 new minutes of gameplay. If you want to see what's going on with this game, I did play this a couple of months back, a work in progress version, and it does seem like it's shaping up to be interesting for sure. So check it out for yourself. Along with that, we got to round up a bunch of cool stuff that dropped. Last week, I did the Friday show. It was a shorter Friday show because I was traveling, but I wanted to catch up on some releases. I missed some stuff. So Grounded 2, Obsidian's multiplayer survival game, has hit early access if you want to check that out. So far, it seems like the temperature on it is pretty good. Also, if you're looking for something totally different and you're a PC gamer, check out Dead Take. This is kind of like a first-person FMV puzzle horror game centered around actors that have gone missing. It's got a lot of famous voice actors in it, and I've seen some clips from it, and it actually looks like it's got a couple of good scares and some creative moments. It's also apparently short if you're just looking for something quick and dirty. Also, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is out. This is a new classic-style Ninja Gaiden game made from some people who really know what they're doing. This is awesome. I was able to check out a little bit of this, absolutely loving it. It's not for the faint of heart, but it is gorgeous and a ton of fun. Also, Battlefield 6 has their open beta this weekend, so check that out. Apparently, you don't have to pre-order the game or anything. You can just jump into it. So far, it seems like the sentiment has been pretty positive. Some beta issues here and there, but people are cautiously optimistic about a new Battlefield possibly being good. I played this at a Battlefield event last week. I talked about that in the last Friday show, if you missed that. Also, I have a more in-depth impressions video on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jake Baldino. Maybe Battlefield is back. I know everybody's nervous to say it. We just got to wait and see. Also releasing this week, Mafia: The Old Country. I cannot wait to play this. I'm not doing the before you buy for this. Falcon is doing that with Eric writing behind the scenes, so check that out. That should be dropping soon, but this is another one of my most anticipated games. I can't wait to play this. Hopefully it's good. I haven't looked up any reviews or anything. We also didn't get it early, so yeah. But that's everything in the gaming news world this week to get you caught up. So let me know what you think about Contraband being canceled. Are you like me, feeling kind of indifferent? I like Avalanche, but I just wasn't interested in the game. Maybe it's just me. Let me know how you feel. Also, with Take-Two kind of acknowledging the GTA price thing, do you think it's going to be $100, or do you think they are just going to take it easy and make it $60, $70? Either way, it's fucking expensive, but let me know what you think. Let's talk about that, any of the game releases this week, and of course, in the pinned comment you're going to see down there, it might be a sponsored pinned comment, but either way, that comment, reply to that thread and let us know what you're currently playing. It always helps us with figuring out videos and tailoring videos and lists to your preferences. Hit us up. But if you like this video, getting caught up on the news every week with me, clicking the like button's all you got to do. It really helps us out. We genuinely appreciate it. Thank you. But that's it. I got to go back to work. I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Pizza's on me.